Welcome everybody to round 6 of ERL. We're in China tonight. With me, F1ology. Let us all hear if you can hear us. How are we doing tonight, F1ology?
Yeah, not doing bad. Looking forward to obviously the Chinese Grand Prix
Yeah.
as well.
Got dynamic weather forecast for today, so we could have a completely dry race, but it could be a good mix. Should make for an interesting race tonight.
Yeah, obviously 28 laps, which should be good. Short qualifying, so bring it on.
Yeah, gonna be an exciting one, I think, especially with that weather. Some could lose very big with that or gain a lot. Tricky enough as it is, and then the weather in the mix could really screw you over.
Indeed, and it's not the shortest of laps that you get. 15 turns, I think it is.
Yeah,
So it's
16.
it's really 16. So 16 turns. Obviously, there's a few kinks in there, if you know what I mean. And from turn 14, you've got that little kink. The dry should be fine, but if it's wet, then it can
It,
be a bit tricky.
it suddenly becomes very tricky. Let's see. Yeah. All right. We've got sound, so that's good. Just checked on the stream. Yeah, just waiting for the last seconds to count before we start our short qualifying. And this is where the drivers are going to see what the weather forecast is. And that looks like a very much dry qualifying.
Indeed, which is obviously nice for most of the drivers. Doing like good laps overall.
Yeah. Let's see who's going to come out first as the drivers are all getting their setup ready. While we wait for that, I'll shout out the reserves that are coming in today. And apparently my microphone is too soft and they don't hear you at all. For streaming options, could you pick how do you go to broadcast options? No, that shouldn't be it.
Audio balance.
Include. I did select include audio. Apparently that wasn't on. Could you talk? See if they can hear you now.
Yep. Can anyone hear me? We've got a few cars out on track now. Christopher, Val, and Christopher are still in the pits.
I'm just trying to figure out this damn setting with the volume. Right, turned up my microphone level. That should be better. Bob, you're texting me. If you can let me know if this is better.
Double check. Yep, that's good. Haven't left the session.
Don't know. Have you?
Is that better?
I can hear you a lot better now.
Chat.
There is a bit of an echo. But I think that's from my microphone as well.
Yeah. Let's turn it down a bit.
Oh, we got a spin by Christopher. just turn the stream up myself as well. See what I can hear. Oh, Oscar was saying I'm not too late for him.
Yeah.
Following Dirk around here, he's just gone through turn 10 into 11, a very slow left-hander. Important to get right for the long straight. I don't know if he's not the first one to set a lap, that was Waffler. I'm still not hearing you on stream.
No? Sure.
Yeah, definitely. I hate this.
Same. Well, the thing.
Have you maybe selected that your voice isn't allowed to be shared? I think you can do that in audio settings in the main menu. Let's see, Brian just finishes out lap, so he's on a flyer now into turn 1. Let's follow him for this. Through turn 2 and 3, picks a bit of a wide line. All the cars go nicely out of the way. Through turn 4, let me check. Nicely through turn 6 into 7, stays nicely away from the curb. Through turn 9 and 10, bit wobbly there in between. Distant though into turn 11. I don't. Could you speak up on?
There we go. I think I fixed the problem now.
All right. Yeah. And I think I can hear you on stream now. Welcome, F1ology. Finally, we sorted the sound issues.
Yes, indeed. After a bit of the difficulties, but anyway, let's get to commentary.
So Brian approaches turn 14. Massive braking point, easy to get wrong. Easy to overtake though as well in the race. Through turn 16 where Giovinazzi massively crashed his car a few years ago. And he puts it on P8.
Yeah, a decent lap from him.
Yeah.
To the top 10.
Especially Brian, normally a bit lower down. See if he can stay here in the top 10. Still got a few cars to set a lap. Have we got anybody on a fast lap already? I think Zonneveld.
Nice job's on a fast lap.
Nice job as well. I expect quite a bit from him. He's a bit further up the road to Zonneveld, so let's see what he can do.
Done a 53 in the middle sector.
Yeah, and throughout our sound issues, we got Gelato on the provisional pole of a 32-1.
He spun it.
Yeah,
13.
it's easily done there. That with the camber there and going on the throttle.
Can be a bit of a unturning corner.
Yeah, it's difficult enough in the dry, let alone if it turns wet.
Yeah, makes it twice as tricky in the wet and dry.
Surprisingly though, nice job on the medium tyres for quali.
Well, could be saving a set of softs.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, maybe, you know, trying something a bit different for the strategy main race. Obviously.
Yeah, get the banker lap in on the mediums.
Exactly. And then, yeah, feel for the track and then
yeah.
set your best on the softs.
On board with Zonneveld now, through turn 14. 125 out of that corner. Keeps it clean. 133.7, put it in 6, not bad. I believe Man's Not Bob on a hot lap with a distance though on the long straight.
Indeed, and that'll be helping him from his
That's
teammate.
his teammates, yeah. That's massive teamwork there.
Obviously, will he return the favour to George Matt?
Oh no, I think Man's Not Bob is more a Max Verstappen, he won't.
Fair enough.
And
Jordan Matt might have been validated actually on his outlap going wide. But
oh, that's such a shame in P16 or turn 16. Ruin that corner and your next lap is gone as well.
Pretty much, yeah.
But Man's Not Bob with a 32.7, that's solid.
Yeah, indeed. Closest so far to JT, who's done a very impressive lap time.
Yeah, 6 stands to go from Bob. I expect a Berggren and Nice Job to get close there as well. Maybe Anton Hypers.
Indeed. And Nice Job now out on a set of the softs, so he's currently on an outlap from the middle sector.
Let's see what Lange can do. You're watching Waffler?
Yeah, he's up by 10.
Oh, and we got Phantom Joker. I think he retired. Turn 4? That's where the yellow flags are. Lange put himself into P12 in the meantime with a 34.5. Not a bad time for him. And yeah, that is Phantom Joker here in turn 4 exit. My guess would be a little bit too early on the throttle.
Probably, yeah.
And George Matt going on his push lap now after that invalidation earlier.
That's probably one thing you got to do around here, treat the throttle with care, especially with the cambered corners.
Yeah.
You know.
It's one of those places where you want an early upshift, a short shift to just get the traction.
Exactly. You don't want to be too greedy or too late either, but you got to,
It's a fine balance.
How you apply. Yeah, exactly.
And then on top of that, especially this section here, 7 through 10, the curbs are killer.
Oh yes. That's a definite through that section of the track.
George Matt, I was just going to say he gets through it nicely. And I think that was a reset to track. It didn't hinder anybody else, but it is not allowed.
Well, hopefully the stewards won't catch on to that. Or maybe they will.
Well, unfortunate for him, I'm a steward myself. A request from Man's not hearing very well. If you could turn up your mic a little bit more.
Yeah, sure.
I think we got Gelato here on a flyer. Let's see if he's improving.
Rightio. Hopefully that's better for the listeners.
And
so Noise jumps up into P3.
And Gelato just improves. First one to go into the 131s.
Indeed.
Miles away from Man's Not Bob in 132.7.
Thing is, JT probably doesn't have to go again, really. Maybe potentially save a set of the softs.
Yeah, I think you're right there. He could probably get away with it. Who we've got on the fly then? Perez. He seems to be on a flyer. He's got a Red Bull right behind him.
I think Anton is on a good lap here, potentially.
Anton Hypers.
Yes, indeed. Depends what his middle sector is saying. I know, he's 3 seconds down.
3 seconds down, that's not it. Brian, 4/10s down, that's not going to be it. What's Dirk doing? Is he pushing? I think he is. 3/10s up on his time, so not great either. Not many people out on track. Oh, we have a spinner of Oscar Berggren. Be careful on the rejoin.
Potentially on a good lap, only 0.94 down in the first sector.
Oh yeah, that could be something. It's not going to be quite good enough to get Gelato, but might be good enough to defend his second position.
Exactly. Depends what he can do. Middle
0.17, he is improving.
0.17. It's a good lap so far.
Yeah.
It's just about what he can do in this final sector. Gets a decent exit by the looks of it.
Slingshots himself onto the straight.
Yep, keeping to the left. That opens up the DRS. Then approaches, where will he brake? Probably just off the 100-meter board.
Yeah, that looked about 90 meters or something.
Yep.
Gets a nice exit.
Yeah, decent exit.
And into the pits, and he gives off.
Yeah. I think, turn 14, a little bit,
could have lost something there.
Gear. Yeah. Only first gear, I noticed.
So we got Piano Man and Dirk Omren at the moment on the lap, I think.
Yeah, Dirk's not really improved.
No, he left it again during the second sector.
Yeah.
Piano Jam 0.067 up in sector 1. Let's see what he does in sector 2. Two thousandths of a second slower, so this could be something.
Yeah, decent exit, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Will he get the distant toe? No, not really. Clean straight, and it's all the way clear through the finish for him, so no traffic to be bothered about. And Dirk Omren has given it up.
Good rotation on the car,
yeah.
Out of turn 14, through 15 into 16. Good
Keeps
exit.
it validated as well.
To the line, and
6/10 improvement.
Did he improve? Nice.
Yeah,
yep.
P15.
P15. That was a decent improvement from him.
Yeah, puts himself up one spot, but puts himself closer to Sir Waffler.
And Waffler, I think, is now beginning a lap.
Yeah, just going through turn 3 now.
Indeed.
And Gelato has indeed retired. He thinks it's enough.
Well, he does have pretty much a 1 second gap to his rivals, so I wouldn't be shocked if it was enough.
Yeah, the main rivalry for him in the championship is with Oscar, who's currently P11. Let me just double check how many points apart they are. But it is Oscar leading it at the moment.
And 2/10 so far down on the middle, but could be still an improvement here to come from Waffler.
Yeah. Yeah, the difference between Berggren and Gelato is 3 points at the moment. Berggren at 96, Gelato at 93. Very tight fight with just this race and Zandvoort to go in the season.
So not too long to go then, and yeah, tight. between them two, and which is good.
Yeah, everybody
Anyway,
on the
Waffler Brown in the final corner.
Oh, and he
spun.
bins it, and that's a big crash.
Indeed. Done a bit of that Alex album there from 2019, I think it was. I know it had been 20. No, it was 2019. Pretty sure it was. Or was it Pierre Gasly, one of the two?
Yeah, it's easy to get it wrong there. Many drivers have done it.
And
first one to cross the line now is KXI.
Crashed. George Matt could be on a good lap here. 52.3 in the middle sector. I think it was 52.3 or 52.7.
He does improve, but he doesn't get up. Rahman does though, gets himself into P6. Oh, no, that was Oscar putting himself in P3. And Ale in P2. Let's see what Bob can do. Can he fight back for that second position?
P7.
That's a decent lap from George Matt. Quite a difficult qualifying from him. And
indeed.
Bob does improve, but not enough. So P5 from him.
And I think that's all the runners.
Everybody's finished on the qualifying.
So yeah, JT was pretty much untouchable there.
Yeah, that wraps it up. Phantom Joker crashed out without a time by the looks of it.
Indeed.
On that, everybody set a time. Gelato a bit out on its own. Let's go through it from top to bottom. Gelato, top one. Nice job. I failed to see it, but he puts it on P2. Ale on P3. Berger on P4. Mens not Bob on P5. Rahman 6. George Martin 7. Lalozen 8. KXI on 9. Christophe in 10. Pires 11. Anton Hypers 12. Zonneveld 13, Brian 14, Sir Waffler in 15, Piano Jam even in 16, Lange 17, Dirk Omren 18, Fusings 19, and then Phantom Joker to finish up the grid.
Yep, pretty good qualifying. Obviously from, I think it was second to 10th, only split by a second, which is pretty decent.
So, yeah, so the mid-pack should be quite funny to see.
Indeed. But then this is Liga Racing, anything can happen. That's what I say.
And it looks to be that the race is going to be dry as well. If any of the drivers could send us a text what the forecast is for the race, to see if things are going to be spiced up.
So, who's your prediction for the win?
I think with the pace, I'm going with Gelato.
Interesting.
Second, I'll go bold and say Berggren and Bob, Mensel Bob to finish the podium.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on the race winner. I'm going to go Noise Job in P2, and then I'm going to go George Matt, P3.
Oh, that's a bold prediction as well.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can make you proud.
Hopefully. But then anything can happen.
We do have a formation lap, so that gives us time to get all the data right. Let's start with tyres, so we see the strategy. Pretty even mix of medium and hard tyres.
Yeah, should be a simple one-stop for the majority of the drivers out there, especially if it remains dry. It's not the longest race or the worst race when it comes to the tyres. Obviously, there's quite a lot of runners on the hards, and quite a lot of runners on the mediums.
The saying here, mediums,
Quite
12
split.
to 16 pit stop window.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's more 12, and then for the hard runners around lap 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. For the hard runners, probably maybe 16 to 20.
Yeah.
Maybe a soft stint if some people want to go for it towards the end. If they can get their tyres to lap 20. For the medium runners, obviously you commit yourself to an earlier pit stop, so you're pretty much committing yourself to the one stop there.
Yeah, and also, as we see Ferrari spin out in the back, coming up onto the straight, warming up the tyres.
Yeah, indeed, very easy to lose it.
Yeah.
Especially on cold tyres.
Yeah, especially then. But yeah, obviously a safety car or some weather could mix it all up.
Indeed. Obviously, the thing is, for those on the medium tyres, I think they've got a little bit more flexibility in terms of how soon they come in. To some degree, like they can pick and choose whether they want to go hard or soft from that point onwards. With the hard runners, you probably don't want a safety car early on, you'd prefer a later safety car.
Yeah.
But anyway, drivers starting to take their position.
They are indeed, and McLaren has a little bit of problem finding its spot. Is that Perez? If that is Perez, I need to make fun of him. It was. The Portuguese having problem finding his spot. Could say something about having problem finding kids as well, but I won't.
And I think Phantom is now getting into the position.
And I think that's everybody lined up then.
Indeed, and Phantom got disqualified there, but anyway.
Here we go. And we're off. Who's getting the best of the start here? Nice job is not having a bad start with the inside here. And Phantom Joker retired. What happened there? And that's the safety car
really
straight away.
Sure, but yep, safety car straight away.
And George Matt has just ruined your prediction by getting a 5-second penalty.
True, plus he's got, I think, a bit of wing damage as well, which, yeah, isn't looking good on my prediction.
Yeah, he lost his complete wing, so a little bit more than a little bit of wing damage.
Well, yeah, a lot of wing damage, but yeah, he'll need to come in for a pit stop. Other than that, I don't really understand why the safety car were out so early, besides obviously Phantom retiring.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Phantom, if you hear us, send me a text. My bold prediction here is he lost it on the start and just slammed it into the wall.
Yeah, probably that would make the most sense, but other than that, like, majority of people's got the wing intact, so...
Yeah, has there been any massive position changes in the...
No.
We got Sir Waffler up 7 positions. Piano Jam up 6. Ramen down 13, so I'm guessing he will have had some damage.
Ramen, just find him. Oh yes, at the back of grid. No, don't appear to have any damage from my screen.
I got a feeling the start is going to be in the steward's room. Phantom Joker just said. He had cold tires, missed the braking zone, and ran into the back of somebody.
Oh dear, that's don't sound
That's
too good.
No, and Rahman goes into the pits now, as does George Matt, obviously
Yep.
for his new wing. And Keeksai has been in as well.
Obviously, new wing. Hopefully that gives him new downforce levels and a better car upgrade.
And some fresh tyres to get the advantage on the restart.
Interestingly, it'll be interesting to see what they've gone for. George has stuck. Did George start on the mediums or did he start on the hards? He started on the hards.
Oh, that's a good question. But he's on the medium now. He won't be able to finish that though.
No. But yeah, anyway, he's on the mediums. Pretty much no one's gone to the softs, even though probably going to be a avoided tyre.
Yeah, the bottom three have just gone for the new tyres, obviously with the wing damage.
Pretty much.
Otherwise, way too early for a pit stop. Even on the hards, I don't think you can finish it now if you got new hards.
No, that'd be a very big stretch.
Yeah, I'm guessing for Keeksai and Rahman on the hards, they're gonna try and get them to work as long as possible. Gamble on a late safety car to go to softs.
Yeah, probably that would make a lot of sense. But so long they've used, obviously, both set of compounds, which obviously will be mandatory during the race.
Yeah.
But overall, first safety car of the day, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, they should be getting back to the back. Oh, Keeksai is going back in again. As he heard our stream and thinking, I'm gonna change it up. Interesting to see what he does. I'll stay on board with that. He goes for...
Are those mediums?
It's a long stop. Oh, he's getting rid of his... No. He didn't have a 5-second penalty, did he?
Don't think so.
But puts on hards again.
Interesting. Maybe the other hards were a bit, more worn potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, not sure what he's doing there. He's definitely at the back now. Hopefully he can come back to the grid so we can have to restart this lap.
Hopefully indeed should be in this lap, I would suspect, with safety car.
Yeah, you'd think so with just one car.
Well, yeah, he should also catch up by the end of the lap by the safety car.
Let's see if the lights go out following Gelato. And the top four remained... No, sorry, the top three remained unchanged. Bob gained 1 position on Oscar. And then Christopher in P6 gained 4.
Yeah, pretty big movers for them.
Yeah, fair few position changes. Haven't seen the safety car in this lap message, so we will unfortunately stay another lap behind it.
Well, for the medium runners, this is obviously quite good for them anyway.
This is working right into the favour.
Their tyre life, so opens up their strategy more.
Also for the hard runners, this is extending their tyre life as well, potentially going all the way to the softs for the end.
True. The only thing whether that would be beneficial or not really too sure.
I'm honestly not sure how long the soft tyres will stick with pace.
Exactly. You might get only 3 or 4 good laps out of them.
Yeah, and then
could be a quite steep drop off.
Yeah, 'cause I think they degrade quite fast there. just on board with Gelato. He's running a lot of high RPMs. Not the best in warming the tyres myself. You know if that's a strategy to keep the tyres warm?
No, I'm not the best either. It's very difficult on this game, I find, to keep your tyres warm. But that could be more, well, running the higher RPMs could be maybe more fuel burning than anything else.
Yeah, could be. But then again, it's quite a tough track for fuel burn anyway.
True.
Safety car does help. And Gelato now setting the pace as the safety car is coming in. So a long straight to gain some space from the safety car. And then it's a question of where do you restart it?
Well, I know where I would go, but
well, after the restart you can tell if he did it where you would do it.
Indeed I will.
Still warming the tyres. Getting an awful camera angle. That's better.
I think he's gone, has he? Yeah.
He's gone?
Bit early, if you ask me, but
oh, and Ale got caught by that.
And right now, Nice Job is currently
right
on the back. Will he make a move into turn one? Probably a bit too far behind.
Yeah. Berggren into the pit and gets a 5-second penalty.
Indeed he does.
I'm guessing that's another commentator's curse tonight. First you with George Matt, now me with Berggren.
Yeah, probably is a commentator's curse, but is what it is. Let's not blame ourselves.
No, we got Sir Waffler right on the back of Lalozen as well.
Yeah.
Not quite getting
close.
the traction out of turn 6. What else have we got going on? Bit of a stream behind Dirk with Zonneveld, Fusting, George Matt, and well, that goes all the way back to KXI and P18. They're all within DRS distance.
Are battling here.
Oh yes, they are. Zonneveld taking the inside.
Got the move done.
Very clean
quite
overtake,
nicely.
and with George Matt spun behind. I have spun it there myself in turn 11 as well.
And also I've seen the McLaren's lining up a move on the Mercedes here also.
Perez on Brian, yeah.
And Brian makes a nice move around the outside. Bit deep.
No switchback, so they will continue to fight into turn 16.
And in the end I think Mercedes driver backed out, quite smart there. Fights to live another day.
A difficult corner to go side by side.
True.
It's a high risk, low reward, that corner to go side by side.
Indeed it can be.
He's not giving up though.
And what's happened to Nice Job, because Nice has lost a lot of time. He's down to now 8.
Yeah.
That's a bit strange.
Stuck behind Christopher now.
Indeed, must have had a spin.
Yeah, could have been a little moment. And oh, it looks like he's lost in the hand plate.
And so Waffler's now dropping down the grid as well. He's dropped down to P11.
Out of the points for him at the moment. But that mid pack being so close, everything could happen there.
Exactly. This is the thing though, if you can be consistent, even though you might not have the best pace, you can make up a lot of the positions from that, obviously, during the race.
Yeah, especially with this pack being so tied together and China being so tricky. If you keep it on track, keep it pointing in the right direction, you almost guarantee to get points.
Exactly.
And for the first time this race, we got DRS.
Yep, DRS enabled should maybe aid a few overtakes, hopefully.
Yeah, nice job. Decided his wing damage was too much. Dived into the pits for a new wing. Hopefully he set his wing change to auto, because sometimes the game is funny with that.
Yep, he's getting a new wing, definitely, and going on to the hard tyres. Probably could get those to the end of the race now if he wants to. 20 laps to go.
Question is how the pace is going to be at the end, but yeah, he could do, I think.
Indeed. 20 laps, I think, is doable, definitely.
With a potential safety car as well, could play right into his advantage.
Obviously, still a decent amount of laps to go, though. Over 21 laps to go. So, long race ahead of them.
Yeah, and we got Christopher right on the back of Piano Jam. Let's see with the DRS if he can get something done on the straight here.
Well, he's kept close out of turn 13, which is important to do on your arrival if you want to make a move into turn 14.
Piano Jam obviously trying to break the slipstream a little bit. He is gaining. My guess is Piano Jam is running lower down. Yeah, he is.
Goes for a lunge, and that's a very nice move around the outside.
Really nice move. That's the way we want to see it.
Exactly.
I think we had some position changes down with Sir Waffler.
Yeah, he's back up into 9th, so making a bit of a recovery drive here.
Rahman and Dirk are fighting as well together. Saw them changing positions a couple of times.
Well, Ra certainly looking quick. Obviously got a bit of an advantage, I think, overall. But Dirk, how you pronounce his name?
Dirk, yeah.
Dirk. Pretty good. Well, having a decent race so far.
Yeah.
He's hovering around the lower point position.
He's got a few points in the league. Maybe with a bit of luck. He's normally, about where he is or a little bit lower. Has managed to score a couple of points just by staying consistent.
Yep, that's what, as I said earlier, it's about keeping it on track and consistent.
And we got a yellow flag.
I think that might
full safety car. I saw Christopher dropping. Don't see anybody retire, so I don't know why we've got a full safety car.
No.
Christopher has lost his wing completely, so that might be it.
Potentially. The FIA seem to be happy on the safety car today.
Yeah, and the top 4, apart from Ale, are all coming in.
Yeah, I imagine there'll be quite a number of medium runners into the pits now for those hard tyres.
Ale and Zonneveld continuing on with the hard tyres, that makes sense. And then the medium runners, this is playing right into their hand.
So
this is gonna mix the grid up a little bit.
Just looking at the pit stops. So obviously VDN and the 2 in front have still got to make a stop. So lunge. So them 3 are going to have to come in again.
Rahman is on 1 lap lower hard, so he might have had that medium to hard on the beginning. So he obviously had that pit stop early on.
Indeed.
He could still stretch it out a little bit for another safety car, as they're so trigger happy on them.
Indeed. In terms of who's actually winning the pit stop battles, I'd say it's KXI with 4 pit stops so far.
4 pit stops already. He's having a stinker of a race then.
Trying to go for Jensen Button's record here.
Yeah. What was it? 5, 6 pit stops and still winning?
Wasn't it more? I think he went 7 times through the pit lane.
Yeah, it was incredible that.
It was a brilliant race.
Definitely one for in the books.
Yeah.
And George Matt getting 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. He's now dropping back massively. Could be a... Oh, he spun.
He spun a very long way out into the...
Oh, and he spins as well. Yeah, warm tyres. Be careful there, buddy.
Just needs to take it a bit more cautious and just get the car back on track.
Yeah, and now be careful in the hairpin, because as soon as you turn in, it wants to turn around again.
Exactly. Obviously, I imagine he'll go into the pit lane, take a new set of tyres.
Yeah, how old are his tyres?
I think they were 8 laps old.
Yeah, 7 laps, so yeah, stick on the hards, finish it. He's got a bit of an issue keeping it on track into pit lane. Don't know if that's connection or just... Oh, he's retiring in the pit.
Yep. He's decided to have enough of today then, clearly, which, fair enough.
Bit of a stinker of a race for him as well. Possibly not having got the new hard tyres.
No. But then, obviously, hopefully on F1 2023 be better.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, the traction is a lot better on that game.
Same, hearing that as well. Be more realistic.
Yeah, and very late, but Ale, he decided to go onto the mediums as well. He's thinking he can stretch them. Something like 18 laps?
No, I don't think you can do 18 laps. Well, what was the pit stop thing prediction? I think it was 12 to 16, wasn't it?
12 to 16 from the mediums on the start. So going in lap 10 from the hards to the medium is a bit early in my opinion.
I think if you do get those mediums to the end of the race, well, if safety car stays out another lap, that obviously helps.
It helps him a little bit, yeah. They are going to be crying by the end of the race.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Could be a bit of a sitting duck at the end of the race.
Yeah. It's a bit of a gamble from him.
Yeah, it is a big gamble. Men's Bob, he was pretty good in qualifying. Qualified P5, so could be a bit of a threat here to JT.
Yeah. The problem is he's stuck behind the hard tires of Rahman first. He needs to get that moved on very quickly. And I hope that Gelato doesn't get the start on Zonneveld straight away.
True, that'll be a very key move. I imagine the hard runners that have stayed out are banking on a third safety car here in this race.
Which, the way things are going, could quite easily happen, I think.
Indeed.
Oscar, leader of the championship all the way back in 17. He's obviously hoping now for Gelato to make a mistake and retire.
Yeah, not a good race from him so far. But still a long way to go, so you know.
He's got good pace. There's a few cars in front of him that he could, I think, easily get.
Yeah, obviously, if he can get into the top 10, maybe top 8, top 6, that'd be a pretty good race.
Yeah, every point he can score is very helpful for him, I think.
Indeed it will. And safety car is in this lap, obviously, now.
It is indeed, as Zonneveld backs up the pack. And let's see when he restarts. Let's go on board for the restart for him.
Yeah, JT keeping a bit of a gap.
Yeah. He's closing that gap now in a hairpin. And I think, is he off? No, not yet. He's waiting a long time.
Is indeed.
He's gone now.
Line here. Nope, he's gone now.
He's gone just before turn 16. Gelato a little bit surprised by that, it seems. Men's not Bob got Ramen straight away.
Well, don't forget, JT did go a bit early on that other start. I'd say this is a bit of a later one. Personally, I'd go in between the two.
Yeah, I think if I had to do it, I'd go after turn 16. With the cold tires, it's so easy to get that one wrong and spin. So I think wait until the exit and then go.
I'd go after turn 14, just out of the hairpin. That's
yeah.
Me, but yeah, we're all different. Anyway,
we've got a good fight here at the top three.
As I said, men's Bob have got through, so he could be a good threat here.
On the faster tyre to Gelato, this could be a good battle. He's looking, but decides the better of it.
Yep. Obviously a bit early, maybe.
Yeah.
A bit too risky.
The problem now is if Gelato gets the better exit and overtakes Zonneveld, then he could be stuck into behind Zonneveld.
Well, he has got a good exit. I think he is going to go for it, and he does. Down the inside.
He's got the better line, the fresher tyres. And Men's Not Bob is going straight through.
Yeah, but I think actually
Zonneveld gets it.
So
he holds him off.
Probably needs to get through now.
He does. He goes for the outside. You can go quite quickly around the outside. Yeah, and he's already done it.
I think the outside line is probably a better line to take in that corner overall.
For the overtake, definitely. I think the quicker line is sort of the middle line. But for the overtake, take more speed around the outside. Definitely the way to go.
Exactly. But good for Bob here because obviously he's on the medium, so it should be an interesting battle for the lead.
Just switched to Dirk and Bergeron, who are having a side-by-side battle. With a Ferrari of KXI right behind him.
Yeah, also nice jobs. Quite having a good battle with Piers here.
Yeah, he's right in that McLaren sandwich.
Yeah, not a good sandwich to be in overall.
Oh, and we got a Haas spinning in the background. It's Sir Waffler.
Yeah. He managed to keep out the barriers though, which I suppose is decent.
That's very helpful for your wing.
Oh, almost lost it again, but keeps on track this time.
Well, we got low lows and Ramen close to Zonneveld now. Yeah, he's going for it into the hairpin. He's gone a bit deep. Gives Zonneveld a chance to fight back.
Also, Dirk's gone for a move nicely down the inside, but overshoots the hairpin quite horribly there, and loses a handful of positions.
And that's all his hard work done. Back to P17.
Pretty much, yeah. One mistake, that's all it takes.
And nice job, got himself out of that McLaren sandwich, overtaking Piano Jam.
Yep, indeed. Obviously, did qualify P2, down in P8 now.
Yeah.
He can have a good recovery race, maybe up into the top 5, top 3, that'd be pretty decent from him.
At one point, both the AlphaTauris were P2 and 3. Obviously dropped down a little bit with the safety car.
The AlphaTauris made a beautiful move around the outside of the McLaren.
Was that a defensive move around the outside?
No, it was an overtake.
Oh, that's Ale joining his teammates. Yeah.
Really, really nice move that was.
That was a nice move. I just didn't realise it was an attacking move.
And nice job, I think, is having an attack on now the Haas.
Yeah, on Christoph Few. He tried it around the inside of turn 11.
Yep.
Now through 12 and 13.
We'll have a DRS, I think, if it's activated.
Yeah,
But
he
so will
has.
the Haas. Could he go for a double overtake here? Not quite. The Haas did a very nice defensive move, actually.
And gained the position on the Williams. But the Williams does a switch back.
Indeed does.
Doesn't quite get it done through turn 16.
No, not quite.
And this is where nice job says, thank you very much. Job done.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But good driving from Christopher, I must say, to turn that defence into attack. That was quite nice.
And nice of everybody to get through that hairpin all safely and fighting as well.
Yeah, indeed.
I think we've seen Vettel and Max Verstappen tangling there a little bit.
Yeah, they've had a bit of incident.
And that's a lay around the outside of the Williams there.
Yeah, but gets the move done on the inside for the next corner, which is pretty nice of him to do again. He seems to like turn 7 at the moment. And
nice job goes wide a little bit. I'm guessing that will cause him a track limit warning.
Probably.
Berggren into P12 now as we get some yellow flags.
And nice job has
somebody has spun out of. Oh, nice job. What a shame. He was doing so well there.
Yeah, he was having a good recovery.
Yeah.
But what can his teammate do? Because his teammate seems to have decent pace.
I'm just switching to Menzel, Bob and Gelato. They're having a right battle at the front. Driving away from Rahman, but Bob manages to stay with Gelato about 3/10 all the time.
Well, Bob is on those mediums, let's not forget, so obviously they're 7 laps old now, so how long can he hold on to them for?
Yeah, the question is, when is that switch over point when the hards are going to be favouring the pace over the mediums?
Yeah, I think probably get close to it when you're looking down the grid. There's only now 4 cars on the mediums.
Yeah, you're right. So definitely into hard territory now.
The only thing, if he gets ahead, can he defend?
Yeah, and can he defend it long enough all the way until the end to take the win?
Exactly. I think it's a bit of a tall ask.
It's going to be an interesting fight to watch. He's got the DRS right open.
Yeah.
Gets back here to that 3/10s again, but not quite close enough for the overtake.
If you can get a good exit out of 14 and then out of 16, maybe a potential down the start-finish straight.
Yeah. Into turn 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah. But I don't think he's close enough again on this lap.
No.
To really attempt anything. I think the DRS seems to be a bit more of a aid here rather than a beneficiary sort of thing.
I think as soon as he drops out of DRS, he's going to drop off massively to Gelato.
Yeah, that's what I get the feeling as well.
As much as I love to see them fight for that top 1 position. In the meantime, we've got Anton Hypers going into the pit. What's he doing? Wing change and fresh medium tires.
Good thing is, though, penalty-wise, not many people have got penalties so far. Only got Ramer with 3 seconds.
3 second track limits. Saw a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Can't remember who it was, but obviously it's been done on the safety car. So even if it was a glitch by the game, there's not much we can do as stewards to remove that one anymore.
No, unfortunately not. But at least it's Well, at least it's not going to be added onto his time at the end of the race.
No.
So
It helps a little bit, and it then doesn't damage your race as much.
Exactly. And if you get another safety car, you might luck out a little bit there.
Yeah. We got a nice job fighting with KXI. He's got it done on the straight with the DRS. He's defending a little bit now through 16. But that should be job done.
Yeah, and Ale, the AlphaTauri driver, got through Christopher as well.
Yeah, a couple of cars falling back here.
Indeed.
Not sure why. Don't see any yellow flags or pit stops.
No.
Yeah, nice job back in the points, and Bergeron back into P8 as well, so that will be 4 points for him as it stands, which could be very important next week.
Yeah. Championship leader isn't having a good day, down in 18th.
Down in 8th. It's Bergeron leading the team.
Men's Bob is quite close to the back of JT here. Might be his best opportunity. This is certainly the closest he's been so far during this race.
Let's see what he can do. 4/10, I think it's a little bit too far back. Let's see what he can do. He's used all his ERS by the looks of it. His light flashing for the recharge.
Yeah, it is, but still pretty close.
He is staying close. As it stands, Rahman isn't really going to struggle with his 3-second time penalty. He's got 3.9 seconds over RLA, so it's not hurting him that much yet.
No.
He is fighting with Lazosen though, so if he gets him, he then needs to drive away 3 seconds as well to keep that final podium position.
Indeed. Look at any close battles. It was Beggar's championship leader, wasn't it?
Bergeron, yeah, just on board with Christoph Hughes behind Perez, and he had a little bit of a snap through turn 8. Got it nicely, and it did bring him back to Bergeron, who's now going to have a run on the straight.
Yeah, very close.
Very close, and Bergeron getting the better exit straight, and he spins out. Was that a little bit of contact there? He does seem to be still going.
But yeah, difficult call.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see that one in the stewards room.
Yeah, I would agree with that probably.
From what we could see, it did look like a little bit of contact.
Yeah, indeed. Pretty disappointing because, yeah.
It was a really nice battle going on.
Yeah.
Is Oscar going into the pits?
Did I put in the commentator's curse on that now?
Well, maybe it is just that again. He is going into the pits. Is the territory to put the softs on and try that fastest lap?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, could go for that, but he's going for mediums. Probably mediums is actually a better call if you want to go for fastest lap. Save the softs if there's a really late safety car, probably.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Especially when you're quite far. And maybe if there's only 2 laps to go, stick on the softs and really go for fastest lap.
Yeah.
Those mediums, though, are holding up well, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Bob has dropped a little bit back, but he's still within DRS range of Gelato.
Exactly. Obviously, he's got a good gap back to the Ferrari driver, so That's only going to be help. And
is that Oscar in Sector 2? Yeah, it is.
I think so. His day goes bad to worse.
Yeah, that's point scoring opportunity over, I'd say. He'd be backing for a late safety car.
And the AlphaTauri driver of Volv is into the pit lane. Not sure why.
I think his tyres were quite old.
Yeah, but 11 laps, I mean, only 7 laps to go.
What's he putting on? He's putting softs on.
Yeah. Interesting strategy going on here.
I think I would have tried to stretch him for the 7 laps.
So would have I. Fully agree on that. I mean, you've got to, at this moment, like, especially if you're in the midfield, the only person who probably could risk putting on a set of the softs is probably Men's Bob, actually, with his, because he would probably come out, what, P6?
Something like that, yeah, 6, 7, somewhere there. But he will not make up the positions anymore. He's lost in the pit stop.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying he probably could take the risk.
It's only if your tires are really crying and they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, and Zonneveld loses it in front of his teammate at turn 13.
And the championship leader is also out.
Yeah, he retired in the pit.
There's a few spins.
There's a Mercedes in turn 3, I think. Yeah, it was the Mercedes of Brian in top 10, or in P10.
Plus also, I think Dirk lost some positions as well.
He has lost positions, yeah.
He was spinning down at turn 13 on the exit.
Oh, so it was Dirk and not Zonneveld. I do apologize, Zonneveld, for that.
Still, there's a yellow flag out on track, but who for?
I think it's for the retired car of Oscar, as the game does a bit funny with that.
That's a very odd one, if you know what I mean.
It's still driving around all the way into Sector 2. Unless it's the car of Fusting.
No, I don't.
No, it's not. No, it's not his car. I think it's Oscar's car.
It is.
He did retire in the pit. I did see the message.
And Haas has retired off. I'm not retired.
A spun in 13.
It's Christopher.
Yeah.
Making a spin. But gets going again. Still
but
in
now,
P9.
Will Brian have a move on him?
A bit
not
too
quite.
far back. Just a bit.
In the meantime as well, I saw Rahman getting another 3-second time penalty. Now being 5.6 in front of Pires, he needs to get a move on in the next 6 laps if he wants to keep that 4th position.
Yeah, and those softs are definitely now starting to go off. Not softs, mediums. I mean, are starting to go off now.
Yeah.
2.3 seconds to the leader.
LALA picked the fastest lap now.
And Neustjob has spun again, losing positions. He keeps doing this, having a really good recovery, but
messing it up again.
Yeah, bit of a shame for his race.
Yeah, it's for both the Alpha Towers really. P2 and P3 at one point, and now it's just nice job in P8 in the points.
Yeah, a bit disappointing for them. Obviously, they won't be too happy with this race result, but is what it is.
Good thing for LALA as well.
Yeah. Going on to the softs.
Is he going to try for the fastest lap as well?
Probably. probably get a lot of the back runners trying for the fastest lap.
Yeah, as you will get the fastest lap, even if you're outside the top 10 here in ERL.
That's pretty good. So, get 1 extra point or 2 extra points, however many it is.
It's just the normal 1 extra point, yeah.
Fair enough. Sound. So,
The field is starting to spread out a little bit. The only one in DRS is Nice Job at the moment.
yeah, obviously on the McLaren, but then his tyres are a bit wrecked as well, so...
Yeah, those spins definitely don't help. 17 laps old. He does still seem to have more pace than Piano Jam, so... Oh, and he wrecks it.
He's out. And will there be a late safety car here? And
It is. Who's going to be ballsy now and get on those softs for the last few laps?
Well, that crash certainly helps out. I think really the big winner actually in this is Bob.
Yeah, could be. If you think of it as well, Dirk on very new softs, he doesn't have to go in. A couple of them in front of him might go to the pit. He might gain a couple of positions there and be on pretty similar tyres.
The only thing with Dirk, I think, obviously, considering he put on his tyres just
Gelato
now,
is going in.
Badly caught out.
And Bob joins him. That makes
I
sense.
imagine the front runners will go in, take a new set.
Lolozen joins as well.
Yeah.
Ramen continues on 22 old hard. And Brian gets a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. That will rack his points in 9th place.
Yeah, indeed it will. I mean, I get where Ramen is going with this. Very ambitious and bold. But...
I mean, Perez, that's his luck. Perez and Christopher didn't go in as well. And they're on 16 old lap hards. So they won't attack him. So he won't lose positions to them per se. The only thing he will lose is his time penalty.
True.
Which is 6 seconds. So I don't think on his old hards he won't be able to pull away anymore from everybody behind him.
No.
And, yeah, those 6 seconds are going to cost him dearly.
Could even drop outside the top 10, depending on how close the pack remain.
Yeah, that's a very good shout.
We saw that with Sergio Perez earlier this year in Melbourne.
Yeah, you've got a better memory than me.
Sergio Perez. What was it? It was Carlos Sainz. 5 seconds, absolutely wrecked his race.
Yeah, that was in the Manic Race of Australia.
Yeah. I've never seen a crueler punishment in my life for that.
Yeah, that whole Australia Grand Prix was a bit of a faff.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many real restarts in real life F1.
No, nor have I. It was quite one of the strange. It was the strangest dry race I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Besides from Magellan, actually.
You mean the one where, was it George Russell just completely crashed into everybody else?
No,
on the safety car restart?
It was where basically they all bunched up, because they all went so late. None of them wanted to go like early. They did like that thing they do in Baku. They go right the line and basically bunched everyone up, but the people at the back thought everyone went and they didn't, and caused a pile up. Oh, that was mental.
That was a mental one. Quite a scary moment as well.
Yeah.
There were about 5 or 6 cars involved that could have had a car in the back very badly.
Indeed. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting defense from Ramen here. in terms of what he can do.
I'm guessing the safety car is going to come in this lap. Lap, of course.
Yeah, I would suspect so. The field's pretty much bunched up.
It's just Dirk Omeren we're waiting for, but I've got a feeling this late in the race the safety car is going to come in.
Yeah, 2 laps to go.
It'd be interesting to see how Rahman is going to defend this.
I mean, if I was Rahman, I probably wouldn't over-defend it, obviously.
No, let them go.
Your battle is with the drivers down the grid.
Yeah, with Perez, Christopher, all those.
But then at the same time, you don't just want to let them through. So it's a bit of a difficult one.
There's a little bit of a gap from Mansell Bob to Lozozen.
Yeah.
He's backing it up now, so everybody's getting close. Bob, Dirk is arriving in the back as well. So, third safety car restart, and I think we've got a third driver to do the restart.
Indeed we do. This is the third driver. The first one was Galetto. Second one was
Zonneveld.
Dirk, I think. Oh, Zonneveld.
Yeah, and now it's Rahman.
Yeah.
And let's see when he goes on his old heart.
And still holding it. I think he's going to do what you suggested.
He's going to the line.
Pretty much. And he's gone now.
And KXI got yellow flag ignored. I think he got caught out by the late start.
Yep, indeed he did. Galetto goes through, takes the lead of the Grand Prix, 2 laps to go.
Mansell really wants to go through now. As soon as possible.
Pretty much needs to make the overtake down into
and he does it.
6.
He's already done it in turn 5. When it was close between Lozozen and Rahman.
Yeah, well,
this is what I mean.
To get the move done.
He's already backed up to Perez now, and with his penalty, Perez is going to get that 4th position.
I think JT's checked out here now, 1.3 second gap. Same with the top 3.
Yeah, you can definitely see the pace difference now. Perez staying close, obviously wants to get Rahman on track rather than with time penalties.
Yeah, of course. Well, it is always better to get your opponent on track. It feels nicer.
It does feel nicer, yeah. Perez itself now a little bit under attack here from KXI.
Indeed, he's on soft tyres though, so should be able to make a decent move potentially. Ooh, bit of a battle going on between Waffler and
Zonneveld. And Sir Waffler got it done a little bit deep, but still gets the move done.
Went on the grass at one point, he did.
Well.
And KXI right on the back. He's pushing him through the corners.
Yeah, he's telling Perez, I've got this time penalty, I need to move.
Pretty much, and Waffler goes through.
Oh, and a bit of contact. That's Zonneveld and Perez.
Yep, Zonneveld in the walls again here. And Christopher has retired, but won't affect the race in terms of safety car. But I think he done that in the pits.
He's done it in the pits as well, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much those softs has really helped out. Tell you what, Rahman's probably gonna finish P8, maybe.
Yeah, let's have a quick look. 6 seconds, so. Yeah, I think
actually no.
P8 or 9.
I don't know, he might be actually lower than that.
It does help in that KXI and Zonneveld has got 5 and 6 seconds as well.
Oh yeah, I should worry about that.
Anyway, we're getting close to the finish, so let's go to Gelato for his moment of fame.
Yep, driven a very good race.
Pretty much unbeatable. He didn't lead all the race, but he takes the win home. and with that takes the lead in the championship as well.
And the fastest lap.
And the fastest lap as well. Bob in second, Lazosen in third. Sir Waffler finishes fourth, Perez fifth. Piano Jam in sixth. Good result for the McLarens there. ALA in seventh. Fusing in eighth. KXI in ninth with his penalty. Dirk snatches up the last point in 10th. And Rahman out of the points with his penalty into 11th.
Yep,
That has cost him a much.
Only by a tenth of a second in the end for him.
Very, very expensive mistake that.
Indeed. But yeah, not a bad race. 3 safety cars, decent action.
Some good battling. Be interesting to see because Brian, I don't think he served his drive-through penalty. So will he be disqualified or not? I mean, he was last of the non-finishers. Is that what it does?
Yeah, I've done that myself.
Alright, you're an expert on this one.
A little bit. It should turn into a 20-second time penalty.
Alright, which doesn't affect him at all as he was last anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, he should be unaffected here.
So that wraps up the Shanghai Grand Prix in China. So again, Gelato with the fastest lap in P1. Good recovery drive from P5 for Mansell Bopper into P2. Lazosen from 8th to 3rd, not bad either. Sir Waffler from 15 to 4th. And Perez in 5th. Piano Jam from 16 to 6. He's had a decent race as well.
Yep.
Ale in 7th. Fusting, it's from 19 to 8, but it was his AI driving as he has connection issues. KXI in 9th. Dirk in 10th. Rahman in 11th. Zonneveld 12th. Lange in 13. Anton Hypers in 14. Brian 15, and then we're into the non-finish, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Driver of the day then for you, who do you think?
Probably going to say either JT or Waffler.
Yeah, I think if you look at the position changes, I think Waffler, JT for me, it's sort of expected for him to arrive where he finished.
But he's still got to deliver.
Yeah, and he drove a race without any mistakes, really.
Exactly. That's why I think from the top runners, yeah, he gets the driver of the day. But from the other people, for me, like the rest, I'd say Waffler, he did the best job.
Yeah. We've got a driver of the session thing going on as well, so let's see what everybody else votes for. There's an extra point in it for that.
Indeed.
And then next week, our season finisher before we go on to the new game, Zandvoort, where the fight will be between Berggren and Gelato. And Berggren pretty much has got to win that one. To nail the championship, but more on that next week.
Yep, indeed.
All right, and that's
another good race.
Yeah, if it's as good as this one, it's going to be fun to watch again.
Indeed.
All right, thank you very much. See you next week.
And you.